Hello and welcome to another chapter of grade 9 tissues. So, this chapter is very interesting, very informative, and yes, grade 9 does find it a little bit challenging because the terminology is new, the level is new. But trust me, if you are listening to your teachers in the class and if you are watching the videos that I have uploaded, then I'm sure that you will just breeze through this chapter. So, nothing here that we will be studying is going to be difficult, nothing of that sort. It's only the terms that you might find new, but it's not something that you cannot pronounce or speak or cannot remember. We all have learned about different types of body systems. We have learned about plants. So tissue is nothing but just a repetition of all that and going into another level to another detail. Okay, so tell me, would any one of you would like to be an amoeba? We all know what an amoeba is. So do you really want to be an amoeba, a unicellular organism which does not have to do too many things? Just think about it. I am thinking about it, whether I want to be an amoeba or I don't. Well, amoeba just only excretes, it respires, it takes in food and ingests it multiplies. I mean, these are the only thing that amoeba has to do. Not like me, I'm doing so many things in a day. Doing this and that, waking up, brushing my teeth, combing my hair, taking a shower, eating my very complex breakfast compared to amoeba. And yes, amoeba, they don't have to give exams, and I have to prepare for my exams too. No, not done. I think I would love to be an amoeba, so at least, I just have to move around with my pseudopodia, capture food, and then, digest it and float again. So this is amoeba. He's asking this boy, why are you carrying so many books? Boy says, I have to study for my exams. Amoeba. Oh, I don't know what's that. I mean, he doesn't know what exam is. I just do basic life functions. So the boy says, yeah, but we are multicellular, so we can do more complex work than you. We can do many things, and one of them is like giving exams and studying from so many books and then writing it down. You probably, are not even visible to the world, amoeba. And here I am. My every moment is more complex than you, amoeba. So, yes, giving exams is one of them, just one of them. And there are many more things that we multicellular and especially human beings being more complex of all the animals with a well developed brain can do. Instances we go then to we can climb up a tree, which you cannot do. Then we can drive a car, we can play soccer, and what not. What else can we do? Let me think about it. We can cook our own food. For that we need to grow it on the field, chop vegetables. Oh god, that's a hell lot of work. So exactly what else in scientific terms makes us different from amoeba, makes humans different from amoeba? I mean, what is that? If it in scientific language, if I may ask you, how are humans different from amoeba? So here are the characteristics of amoeba. They are single cell. That means all the work will be done by the same cell. There will be no division of labor. So if one cell is doing everything, it will show poor efficiency. And if the efficiency is poor, then it cannot do complex work, like I just said about writing exam. Amoeba cannot write exam because it does not have a well developed brain. It cannot hold a pen, it cannot get a paper to write on, and neither is it capable of getting up from a seat and submitting his paper on time. So yes, that way it is very, very simple, a very simple organism where only one cell, I mean, imagine we have trillions of cells in our body. So amoeba has just one cell, and one cell is doing all the basic life functions for the entire organism. That's an entire organism. That's like, if I've scraped my skin, I have removed so many cells and I'm already fit and fine. But yes, if that one cell, that amoeba, if it is destroyed by anything, it's dead. But that one cell, yes, it is carrying out all the basic life functions for amoeba: respiration, digestion, multiplication, excretion, movement, everything. So these are some more examples of unicellular organisms, which wherein you see all the basic life functions being carried out by a single cell. So you have paramecium, amoeba, bacteria, and yeast. All of them are single cell. That means one cell against the trillions of cells that we humans have. Now, when we look at ourselves, we are multicellular organisms. There are millions and trillions of cells in our body. Most of the cells carry out a few functions. Each cell's specialized function is taken up by a different group of cells. That means if you are breathing, there are cells for it, and for digestion of food, there is a different group of cells. So the cells which are present in your digestive system cannot help you to respire. So that's why they carry out specific functions. Now, if you look at yourself in human beings, the muscle cell will contract and relax, and there is a hell lot of muscle in our body which will help us to move. Even lifting a pencil from my desk involves muscle and, of course, bone. Then we have nerve cells in our brain. Now, this will help to transfer messages. For example, if I touch a hot iron, I am immediately going to remove my hand from it, because I get a message from my hand to my brain: this thing is hot, man, you need to remove your hand. So I'm going to immediately remove my hand from that hot iron. And if it may tell me that, to remember things, to, like, if I'm appearing for my exams and writing everything down, I'm using my brain for it. Then let's not forget the blood. Imagine, would anybody call blood a tissue? But yes, it is a tissue. It's a fluid tissue in animals, and it helps in transporting oxygen, it helps in transport of food, it helps in transport of hormones, waste material, and so on in our body. Now let's talk about plants. Plants are also multicellular, so they also have different tissues. So some tissues will help it to grow, to gain height. Some will help in transportations. You have heard about xylem and phloem, just the name, but what are they? They are not parts, they are basically tissue in scientific terms, which help in distributing food and water in plants. Then you have leaves. Leaves are also made up of tissues, and these tissues are special because they contain chloroplast and help in preparation of food. Then you see barks of a tree. So what are those barks of a tree made up of? They are made up of tissues which are going to give strength and rigidity to the tree. So can you see here that, here one cell is not doing everything that you see in the slide. Every work that is being carried out, so that is being done by a different group of cells. So can we say that here we see division of labor? The work is divided between different group of cells, and when there is division of labor, then the work happens very, very smoothly. It becomes more efficient. Just like you have a teacher in a class and she cannot teach you all the subject, English, Hindi, math, science. No, that's not possible. So you have different teachers. Division of labor is there, so each teacher will be able to give instructions very, very efficiently. So whenever division of work happens and there is no overload on single person, it comes out efficient. Same is with your body as well. Division of labor and efficiency are two greatest advantages of being multicellular. So you can observe this picture. It has all the multicellular organisms. There is not a single organism which is unicellular here, and they are doing so many things. They are visible. You can see the tree, the jellyfish, lotus, the smiling girl, there's a grasshopper, dolphin. Imagine. So I hope you have understood this chapter well, and I'm sure from here on, what I explain will be easier for you to understand.